Tell me if we are live, guys. Let's see what I got going on. This is the EverLesson Q A. I am here to answer any questions you guys have. Let's see, where's that at? Where are you at? Okay, there it is. All right. Hold on just a minute. I'm just going to look on my phone. Hey, Steve, what's happening? I got your message. We will definitely get on a call with you. Good. All right. Hold on just a minute. Let me just find it here on my phone, and we will get started. Unless my phone dies. Oh, my gosh. I have been having one hell of a day. All right. Good. Good. Amanda, Mark, Rana, Chris. Hey, what's happening? Chris, buddy, good to see you here. Mitch, Tiger Bill, Ted, Linda, Mike, Philip, Steve. All right, good. Good. Okay, so we do these Q&As. Let's see. Am I live in the group? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm not live in the group. Maybe I went live on my wall. Let's see, where are we at here, guys? Well, anyways, regardless, since I have everybody on the call, we do these Q&As once a week inside of the EverLesson group. If I'm not in the EverLesson group, somebody go ahead and share it in the group for me real quick. And so let me see. See where we're at. I'm going to hit EverLesson, and yeah, I guess it's on my wall. Damn it. That's the way it goes. Oh, live in the group. Okay, good. So if you guys have any questions, now is the time to ask them. And then I will go through and I will do my best to answer any questions that you guys have. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of share the direction that we're going with what it is we're doing. Okay? So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and start sharing my screen really quick so that you guys can see that. See if I can find Zoom here. Okay. It's here somewhere. Is it this one? Okay, there we go. Share my screen. Okay, is everybody seeing my screen now? Let me know if you're seeing the screen. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and open up Facebook over here. And that way, we can answer any questions. Okay, see, I think I'm live on my wall, right? Which is pretty crazy because it was supposed to be inside the Q&A. It's supposed to be inside of the group, but yeah, I'm live on my wall. That's okay. All right, let me look at your comments here. I'm watching your guys' comments. I did not share the link to get on the webinar. It's just been one of those days. I'm sorry. I had some things come up, but it's okay. Any questions you guys have, go ahead and ask. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up the group, and I'm going to see what's going on inside of here and see if I can address any posts that have been coming up. And that way we get everybody taken care of. Okay? So, okay, thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Steve. Okay, so hi all. When I'm adding a new video to my program, I'm trying to watch it. I'm trying to watch it myself at my site to make sure it's fine. The site doesn't let me watch the video, and I get a message, I don't have access to this video. Only after 24 to 48 hours I can watch the video. I can access all videos at my user account. Let me see what the comments have been saying, because I have no idea. My best guess is that you have drip fed the turn. Okay, thank you. All the buttons drip feed are off. Karthik's looking into it. Are you signed in as a user? Let's see. Yes, I have user and admin. I'm not sure why that's happening. Yeah, that's definitely a new one. I've never ever heard of that before. But what you didn't tell me, I don't know if I'm going to say your name properly, but I think it's Liron. What you didn't tell me is what video platform are you using? Are you using Amazon S3? Are you using YouTube, Vimeo? What are you using? That's going to give me a good indication what the problem may be. Okay? All right. Let's see what this is. Hello, everybody. I integrated SMTP settings in MailChimp and added MailChimp as my autoresponder. Where is the feature to automate emails once members register for my webinar here? Okay, so if you're doing an auto webinar, those notifications are going to be sent out right away. And let me see. Let's see. I've just sent a ticket. Unfortunately, there's too much unknown to be able to tell you why it may not be working. I see you raised a ticket. Okay. I don't have the answer to this either, but I see that both my support desk and the developers are on the case. So we'll see what it is they figure out. Tanya started going live. Tanya started going live in the group recently. She did this video here on how to bring in your PayPal payments. She's also very, very big with integrations, automations, stuff like that. So that's pretty awesome. Let's see, Danny Fortes. I shared this post the other day. If you guys haven't seen this, please watch this. But what Danny did was I don't know if it was a meetup or I don't know what he was doing, but he had some of his students in there and they were talking about their experiences using our platform. So it was pretty cool to see, people in the real world actually using our platform, right? And so that's what I'm always telling you guys, right? Remember that you guys are subject to amazing deals, platforms, services, strategies, all these other things. And when you get out to the real world, like Danny's doing here, he starts to discover that most people don't even know you can use Facebook to generate leads, right? And so he's teaching them how to build courses, how to create surveys, how to put together their appointments. I don't think they've gone into the sales pipelines or anything like that. But yeah, it was a pretty awesome video. So make sure you guys watch that and comment there. Let's see. We'll talk about this on the call in case you guys missed it. We'll talk about some of the developments we have going on. And let's see. Once a member is created, how can you change them into an admin? You cannot. What you can do is if you have our agency license, you can add VA clients and things like that nature. But for the basic version, you are the admin, so you would need to give them your account if that's what you want to do. Let's see. Question, is it possible to create a landing page that sells a level instead of an individual product? Thanks for the help. I think right now our landing pages that you can create inside of EverFunnels are tied to the pricing option. They are not tied to the level, but that's a very, very good suggestion. So for those of you who don't know, the level allows you to bundle your pricing options together, and you can also bundle your products together, right? So you have a lot of options available, and we'll link it up to where you guys can add that to your capture page as well. Is there a possibility that I can create an email to be sent when people first register for my webinar funnel? Yes. You need to have your SMTP set up, and we can do all of that. Can someone please explain to me how the webinar funnel features work in EverLesson? Seems I can't make it work. Okay, look, that there, guys, what we are doing inside of EverFunnels is very, very unique. So let me just see if I can pull it up here really quick. If you have the pro version and you received the auto webinar, which, oh my gosh, we have so many plans for it. Let me just see if I can show you guys really quick kind of how it works, because we're doing something really cool. And we're trying to make sure that you don't break anything. We're trying to make sure that you don't go out there and you don't send out an email before it's time. We want to make sure that your links are working. We want to make sure that all your replays are set up. So it can be a little cumbersome, but once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. So you come over here to EverFunnels, and we'll come down here to Webinar Funnel. Actually, we'll choose an auto webinar funnel, okay? So once you come over here and you choose your course. So I'm going to go ahead and choose like this guy right here. Let's see if I got something on that one or not. You'll come over here. You'll choose your theme. Remember, we got a new theme that's being loaded. So if I want to use this theme right here, and I would go ahead and apply it, then next I would come over here to my setup. Now I go ahead and start getting, right? I get started. So I go over here and I would link it to my autoresponder. And then I would come over here and I would put what's going to be revealed on the webinar. I could go ahead and put a confirmation page here if you don't want to use ours. You want to fire off external scripts, you can do that if you want to put your privacy policy in there. Just very, very basic. And then you'll come over here and you'll set up your order setup for the system as well. And then once we do that, we set up our replay setup, okay? So now once you've done that basic setup there, then we start going into the auto webinar setup, all right? With the auto webinar setup, you can come over here and you can copy an existing webinar funnel, or you can copy an existing auto webinar funnel if you want to. You give us your webinar details, you tell us who it's hosted by, you choose your time zone, and that's going to complete the first step. And then you'll come over here and you'll go ahead and set up your times. So we have it set up to where you have exact scheduled webinars or reoccurring webinars. And then over here, we've made something that's very, very complicated, very, very easy. Guys, watch this. If I say I just want to have a single time for my webinar, I could go ahead and choose that. And what's going to happen is it is going to go and pull the single time from your reoccurring webinars. So this one right here, the next one that shows is what's going to appear on your lead capture page. Okay. But if you turn on this special override right here, what you can do is you can choose this one that says system time zone. And what that means is it's going to look at the time zone of our prospect's computer, and it's going to make a webinar appear 5 minutes from their time. So for me, one's going to appear 3:19, or I can make it appear 15 minutes from now. Okay. And that way, they have a webinar that's going to start within a specific time frame. Okay. Or we can have it to where once they register for your webinar and they opt in, we take them right to the actual replay. Okay. So we have those options. But if you want to have multiple times, you come over here and you're going to say, okay, I want to show 4 slots and I want to pull them in for my exact scheduled webinars. Or I want to pull them in for my reoccurring webinars. Or I'm going to choose this random feature here. And how that works is this will display your next scheduled webinar, and then it will fill slots with random webinars. So it's going to pull from both of these completely random, but it's going to keep them in order. And then if you want, you can come over here and you can turn on this special override, right? So once again, you can say, okay, but the first one, I want to show 5 minutes from their system time zone, from their system settings, okay? So once you do that, that's probably the hardest part, is just understanding this, but we took a very, very complicated process and we made it very, very easy, all right? Now we'll come over here to webinar settings, and you come over here and you'll add your video. You can turn on display attendees. Here's your order page link. If you want to have a chat box, your sharing box, and then you have your registration settings, all pretty self-explanatory. You can set up your holiday hours. You can limit registrations. You can have blackouts. Guys, it's a full-blown auto webinar platform, and we're just getting started with it. There's so much that we are going to do, okay? So that's the auto webinar. Now that you understand that, if I come over here to the regular webinar funnel, this gets a little more advanced than our auto webinar funnel. And the reason why is because we have more time to prepare, because we know that this is a webinar scheduled to appear in the future, right? So once again, you'll come over here and you'll choose your funnel setup. So you're going to choose your webinar registration page, your confirmation page, your replay page, your order form, and then we even have these bridge pages. Then you'll come over here and you'll start filling out this information, right? Tell us about your webinar. Tell us when your start date is. Tell us what platform you're using. And even if we don't have, you're not using GoToWebinar, Webinar Geo, Webinar Jam, just tell us I'm using something else, right? Now, once you do this, what happens is we now open up your pre-email series, okay? But you have to finish these things. So as soon as I come over here and I choose my start date, I'll say, okay, my start date is going to be at this time and this time, and it's going to be 5 hours safe. That's the date when the webinar goes live, all right? So as soon as I do that, then things start opening up here, okay? So you guys are going to see it. So then you come over here, you put your confirmation page, you put your benefits, what's going to be revealed on the webinar, right? You're going to do all that stuff. If you want to add an autoresponder, you can, okay? And then we come over here to order setup. So you're just going to fill out these fields, and you want to do it in this exact order. So here's your order form, okay? And then what happens is once you have completed these fields, we automatically go and populate your data with whatever you completed here. It's going to pop up on your pages. And at that point, it becomes a regular page editor, right? So we pull all the information in for you. And then if you want, you can go and override the information that we've pulled in. Now, most people are going to be fine with just filling out these fields. And then once they do that, we create these pages. We create your confirmation page for you. We create your webinar replay page for you. We create your bridge page for you. And we automatically create your order form for you, okay? So now that we have all that information, says we know what your links are, and we know when your webinar is going to start. We know when it's going to close. Next, we come over here, and we have all the emails already written for you. And we've already pulled in your links. We've already set your times. We've already done everything. You have the pre-email series, you have the indoctrination series, and you have the post-email series. But here's the thing. Before these will open, you have to make sure that you go through your steps. So if you have not told us when your webinar is going to start and what webinar platform you're using, this will not open up. And if you have not gone through and customized your emails, add a little bit of love to them, and then click this button here at the bottom, if you have not clicked that button at the bottom, then this tab right here is not going to open up because you're not ready to set your indoctrination until you have your pre-emails saved, okay? And then once you go through here and you save these, then we're going to assume that you're off to the races and you're going to go do your real webinar, all right? And then what's going to happen is you're going to take your replay and you're going to come back into the system and you're going to plug your replay into the system. You see, your post-email series is not going to open up until we know when your close date is, when you load your webinar replay here. And then once you do that, then this series here will open up. Okay, so you have to follow the order. And the reason why we're doing this is because we don't want you to send out an email with a link that doesn't work or a replay page that doesn't have your replay on it. So we're stopping you from making those mistakes. So as you can see, before you can send this out, you have to have your close date, you have to have your replay video loaded, and you have to have your post email activated. Okay? Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Now, let me look at some of the questions coming in here on the chat real quick. And let's see what we have. So Amanda, okay, Chad, wondering if there's a way to create a page in EverLesson or another program and allow you to create a page that is a landing page that leads to an interactive website, but rather than having lessons, having them be different chat rooms people can go into. Yeah, I don't know. We are looking into having like a Facebook group feature added on to EverLesson. I'll tell you the direction we're going here in a minute, but we haven't done that yet. As far as the chat rooms, with EverLesson, you're able to come over here and you're able to deploy external scripts on the membership level. So if I want to, I've seen people, they have like the little talking, person in the corner of the screen. And I've seen scripts for like forums and stuff like that. I haven't necessarily seen a live chat room, but if you can find the script, you can come over here and you can deploy that script on your whole entire membership. And then inside that membership, you can actually deploy that script on the individual courses if you want as well. So if I want to come over here and there's like 100 courses in here, but if I want to put that course or that script on this one course, I can come over here and I could go ahead and do it from there, right? So I know that wasn't a very good answer to your question, but as far as having like a live chat room, I haven't seen those in years. There used to be like ICQ and stuff like that. I don't know what's out there. Acapello says, Chad, is there a way we can create a client login where they're able to upload their own content as well as monitor their own site so I don't have to do all the work? I don't mind doing the work, but it's taken away from the high-end paying clients. That's wrong, Acapello, and I feel like you and I have discussed this so many times. If you were to give your client VA access, which you can do, and they were to start loading their own courses, you are going to lose money. So when you say high-end paying clients, look, trust me, I've done this for a long time. Your highest paying client is going to be the client that says, okay, I'm going to pay you so much to set up my course or my membership and do all my marketing and set up my surveys and my appointments and set up my pipeline and do all this crazy stuff. And I don't want to have anything to do with it. Okay. Your client needs to focus on growing their business. They got to focus on their business. They let you do the technical stuff. And if you've done this right, you don't focus on the technical stuff when you're dealing with your client. Instead, you focus on the results that you are going to provide your client. Your client should never see the back end. Your client should never be doing the work, and you should have some kind of contract set up, or you should be getting paid as you do the work. All right? Trust me. We have had some very, very high paying clients, and none of them wanted me to teach them how to load a Facebook ad. None of them wanted me to show them how to create a webinar. None of them wanted me to teach them how to build a course. Every single one of them said, Chad, can you get me results? If you can, you are my man. Now prove to me that you can do the job. And when I get them results, it opens up the doors to so many more opportunities. But you got to produce. Amanda says, also hate to bug you, but I have a personal question about how I'm wanting to launch my first website and want to ask your opinion if you have a minute sometime this week. Yeah, I'll get with you, Amanda, and we will see what you got going on. Mitch says, will Zoom be added to the webinar platform options on the webinar funnel? So Zoom gives you an embed code, doesn't it? No, it does not. I wish they did. What Zoom will do is Zoom will syndicate out to YouTube, and then YouTube will give you an embed code, and we're going to have it to where you can put that embed code either from YouTube or from the Google Hangouts or any other webinar platform that gives you an embed code, and you could use that inside your auto webinar. Okay, let's see. Hi, Tanya. Thanks for the video earlier. Although I must admit, I'm completely embarrassed about all the side shiny objects we've realized we've purchased over the last several months. Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with buying software and platforms. There's nothing wrong with it. Just make sure that you can be profitable. Don't just buy something because the marketer is telling you that it's going to increase in price. It's going to go to a monthly a monthly price, or there's a countdown timer on there, or they're screaming at you, or they're burying your email box and saying, you got to buy it now, you got to buy it now, we're getting ready to close. Look, none of that should matter. What matters is, number one, before I buy anything, I ask myself, can I be profitable with this in the next week? That's the first thing. Can I get my money back? And if I can make back my money, everything from here on out is pure profit. There's nothing wrong with the products and softwares that are being offered to you. Just make sure that you can be profitable with it. Okay? All right. Let's see. How do I give my client access to this when I give them access to the backyard? I'm confused. Help me out. VA access. Acapella, you're killing me. You are absolutely killing me. And you're missing the point of our agency license. The agency license allows you to go out there and build for your clients. And that's exactly what I want you to do. We have people that are doing 6 figures with our agency license because that's what they're doing. And they're not saying to your client, look, here's access where you can go build your own course, you can load your own videos and everything else. You need to do that for them. You need to do that for them. At this point, what you're trying to do is you might as well go out there and resell our system. That's it. You might as well just resell the system and make pennies on the dollar instead of going out there and lining out a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 client, which you can do once you understand how to use this agency properly. Now, this week, I promoted Derek Jones, who is absolutely killing it. He went out there and, this is going to sound cliche, but he went out there and sold a multi-million-dollar deal. It was an international deal. He has sold 3 deals in the last 3 months using EverLesson. I went and promoted him to oversee the whole entire agency program for both EverLesson as well as Survay, because he is absolutely crushing it with what he's doing. And so what I'm going to have him do, Acapello, just for you, my friend, is I'm going to have him reach out to you personally, and I want you to see what it is he's doing, because he never gives access to the client. Instead, he sets everything up for them, and he's doing exactly what it is I want you guys to do, right? He is taking a percentage. He is taking a percentage of their business. Now, that's in the best interest of him as well as his client. Because if he were to say, okay, I'm going to charge $10,000 a month to do all your marketing, do all your funnels, do all your webinars, do everything that you guys are trying to do, then look, he's got no reason to put extra effort in. Do you understand that? You really want to get to the point where you have these profit shares in place, okay? That's what we're trying to work on in the agency program. And I've had some amazing calls with Derek recently, and the things that we're going to set up for you. You guys know years ago, when we launched this whole platform, I focused on getting you guys results, getting you guys clients. And so one of the strategies that I taught you was to go out there and set up your own meetups. And we had so many talks and so many trainings on what to provide at the meetup, how to turn those prospects into actual paying customers. And if you guys remember, I kept doing interview after interview after interview, and people are saying, God, this strategy is so amazing. I interviewed Angela, and she's like, I got more clients than I know what to do with. People were just crushing it. they were killing it. And that is a great way, Acapello. If I was you, that's exactly what I would do. I would set up a meetup, and I would get in there, and I would show your prospects that you have their best interests at heart. And all you need to do is educate them. Just choose one topic each day. Like today, I'm going to teach you how to set up a fan page. Or in this meeting, we're going to learn how to set up a Facebook ad, right? You just teach them one little thing, and you show them that you have their best interests at heart. You over-deliver, and I can promise you, every single one of your attendees will come up to you at the end of the night, and they're going to say, Acapello, what can I do to work further with you? You are the man. I believe that you can help me grow my business. And that's exactly the position that you want to be in, because look at everything you have to offer, Acapello. You can go out there. You can help them set up the outline for their course. You can help them do their videos. You can teach them how to do videos. You can teach them how to do live feeds. You can help them set up their course. Then you can take EverFunnels. You can go build out all their sales pages, their confirmation pages, their bridge pages. Then you can go and you can set up a webinar for them. You can set up all their webinar funnels for them. Then you can turn around and you can write all their emails for them. You can set up their replay. You can run ads. Then we go into our next platform where you can go and you can set up applications. You can set up surveys. Then you can link them to the qualifications. Then we can have the appointments. Then you can go and you can take them into the sales pipeline. These are all things that you have to offer as an agency holder. But I think you're going about it wrong, and I want to get you on the right track. And I believe that Derek is the man to do that. Okay? And look what he says here, guys. Yes, I'm making money. Perfect. Awesome. It's exactly what we want to have happen. All right. Keep asking for questions, guys. I am here for you. Maybe I should start going live on my wall. It was supposed to be in the group, but I got all the group members on the call anyways, and we got some new people on here. So they're becoming aware of our platform and everything that we stand for and everything we're trying to do. So, hey, maybe we'll start going live on the wall with these Q&As. All right. Now, let me show you what we laid out last night, okay? And I'm going to tell you this right now, the direction that we're going with things, because we have our software, we have our programs, we have our platforms, we have our trainings. We just finished up with a PLR masterclass. We have all those things. And now we have our Ever Mentor Mastermind. We have our 15K high ticket event in Vegas. We have all these things happening here. And my members want to go out there and bring people into our systems. They want to bring people in our world. And of course, they want it to be profitable for them. So I'm like, we're not really set up to do that. Our system is not really set up to do that. So last night I said, you know what? We're going to change that. So I'm going to show you what I was working on until about 4 o'clock in the morning, because I was working on with the developers. We've already started this. Okay. So let me come over here. This is Photoshop, what you're seeing, and this is how I design software. I know other developers do things differently, but this is how I do it. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you if I can turn off this opt-in box here real quick. Let me just see if I can get back over here to this screen. And I think that you guys are really going to like this, okay? So let me see if I can figure out how to turn this one on. This one right here, 100%. Okay, there we go. And let me just go ahead and turn off some of these other layers here too. I wasn't really prepared to share this with you, but that's okay. All right, I think we're pretty close. There we go. All right, here's how this is going to work, guys. This is crazy, okay? This is what you're going to do. You're going to come over here into your affiliate dashboard, and you're going to have a section called My Programs. And what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and choose your membership. So your membership has like 200 courses in it, and you're going to set up a program. So in this example for the developers, I went and set up something called the Gold Program. And inside the Gold Program, I've got 3 products. I'm going to set it up for a 75% default commission, okay? And then what it's going to do is going to track the total clicks, the total sales, the conversions, the commissions I paid out, and everything else. Now, don't sit here and try to figure out the math or anything. This is just a mock-up. And the reason why I do this is because when you're dealing with developers from all around the world, we have them in Romania, we have them in India, we have them in Pakistan, we have them in the Ukraine. This here is the way that you want to develop software, okay? And that's probably a training for another day. But this is what I've done for as long as I can remember, and this is why we're able to be so productive. Because when a developer has to go out there and create the UI, that's not their thing. Their thing is not UI and logic. And that's where most people are going to incur the cost of development. But because I'm able to figure out the logic and I'm able to lay everything out and I'm able to get on a call and they're able to look at the screen and we're able to explain things like this, we get things built in record time. Okay? So I created my gold program, 3 products in it. And so now what I need to do is I need to come over here and I need to start adding products. So I went ahead and clicked this blue button here. And what I'm able to do is I'm able to bring in the products. So I'm able to say, okay, I'm going to bring in product number 1, product number 2, product number 3, and I'm going to go create a tracking code for it. And you guys know what pricing options are. So this shows that there's 3 pricing options for this one product, 1 for here and 2 for here. And then what I can do is I can come over here and I can say, okay, for product number 1, anybody in the gold program, I'm going to give them 100% commission. Product number 2, I'm just going to pay them $500 outright. And product number 3, I'm going to go ahead and give them 75% commission. And so then what it's going to do is going to track your clicks, going to track your sales, do all this crazy stuff here. And then what we can do, guys, is where it gets pretty awesome. We can then add our lead pages to the program, right? So EverFunnels creates your product sales pages for you, and it creates your lead pages for you, right? And it creates your webinar registrations for you automatically. So what we're able to do now is we're able to pull in these pages into our specific programs, okay? So what happens is you may have a gold program, you may have a silver program, and you may have a platinum program. And in your silver program, you'll say, okay, I'm going to add these amount of products. I'm going to have a lead capture page to get leads in the door. And we're going to set this up for like 25% commission. And then you might have a gold program and you might have a 50% commission all the way around. And then you might have people who are part of your mastermind or whatever, and you want to have like your platinum program and you're going to give them 75% commission. And so what happens is you're able to set up what are called lifetime cookies, okay? So anybody that comes into your world through these lead pages here, what happens is we're going to set a cookie. And we're going to say, okay, that cookie is going to be good for so long, or that cookie is going to be good for life, all right? And so then what happens is you now own that lead. If you're the one that put that lead in the system, that lead belongs to you, all right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to be selling products to them. And if they buy those products, you are going to get credit for the sale. Is everybody understanding this? Are you understanding how this works? So this is what we were working on all night. I was trying to figure out, okay, how can I do this? How can I make this work? And then the challenge became, okay, now how can I allow you guys to take products from outside of EverLesson? So you got your pages that you built with ClickFunnels or whatever else. How can I set it up to where you guys can go add those products in there outside of the membership? And so we're going to be doing that as well. All right. So this is as far as I've got. And I'll kind of show you, what I loaded in so my developers could start working like right away. So let me see if I can find that real quick. And let me make sure I'm on the right board. I'll show you what this looks like in case you guys have never seen this. This is what my Trello looks like. So I've got a lot of projects going on all the time. This is where my team works out of. Then we have Survey. Then we have EverLesson. We have an event app being developed. Here's my graphics team. And then we just have some different things going on. This is tasks for me and Jimena. This is stuff going on with my daughter. And then most of these here are all developers. So we stay very, very organized with our Trello board. But if I come over here to this EverLesson, I'm going to go ahead and show you. We went and loaded this right here called the new affiliate program. So I went in here. I got on a call with my lead developer. And I got on a call with Karthik. And I said, okay. And they said, all right, no problem. We understand everything. They're already building it. So guys, I want that to be a big, big wake-up call for you, all right? So that morning, I get a message, and they said, hey, I want to be selling my products, but what I want to do is I want to give a lead capture page to all my members, and they want to pump leads in the system, and then when people buy the products, they want to get credit for it. I'm like, wow, crap, we don't have that. That would be pretty cool. That's why people pay Infusionsoft, but we don't have it. I said, let me give it some time. Let me think things through. So I'm going to the gym, and I'm going to the grocery store, and I'm taking my juice every day and just like having a normal day. And then all of a sudden it occurs to me, I'm like, you know what? I know what I can do. So I start laying this out in Photoshop. I use existing modules that we already have inside of EverLesson. I get it all laid out. I get it loaded inside of my Trello board, and I get on a call with my developers, and I start explaining this. And as soon as we hang up the call, guys, they start building. They're already building. So I wake up the next morning and they say, you ready to see this, boss? And so I go get on a call with them and they're already showing me how we have this built out. Now we're still coding a lot of it, but we've already got it built out. You see? And so when you guys keep saying to me, how is it that you're able to have updates every single day, every other day? How is it that you're able to do all this stuff? How is it that you were able to take a product that you went out there and launched and turn it into a real platform? And you keep doing it over and over and over. You did it with EverLesson. You did it with Survey. You did it with Group Engage. And now we're about to introduce to you Video Hub. Okay, so how is it that you've done all those things, Chad? Well, I'm teaching you right now exactly how we develop platforms. And what the big takeaway here is, I am very, very, very involved. I'm the visionary, but I actually take out Photoshop myself and I lay the whole entire thing out, because what happens is, as I'm doing this, things start changing and I start finding better ways to do things, because I'm looking at it from a visual standpoint and I'm looking at it from a customer's point of view. And I'm saying, okay, what can I do to make this extremely easy for people to understand, and more importantly, for people to actually use? That's the difference. Most people will hire a developer and they'll say, you know what I want to do? I want to create a lead generation system and I want to have pages in there and I want to have the ability to add products and this and that. And then the developer says, okay, I think I understand what you're saying. And they go to the drawing board and they do what's called an FDS, a functional design specification, and they come back to you. And I'm telling you right now, they're going to spend the majority of their time coming up with the overall layout, the UI, and the overall functionality, whereas I'm able to do all that for them. And all they have to do is take my design and just do the coding, just plug it in. And that's what they love. That's the secret. You want to know the secret? There it is. Okay, so I went and I showed them. I'm like, okay, so when they come over here and they click on create new program, it's going to ask you to type in the name of the program. We're going to set in the default commission. Oh, and by the way, when they join this program, let's go ahead and remove them from the other programs. Okay, so the other thing that I forgot, but I'll go ahead and add it, is you're going to decide, do you want to have lifetime cookies, or do you want to set a specific time frame, like maybe cookies for 6 months? All kinds of cool stuff we can do. Okay, so we laid this out. And then if I come down here to this one, I showed them, look, if you click on this link right here, add product to my program or add lead page to my program, this light box here is going to open up and we're going to have all your product pages right here. You'll go through here, you'll choose your product page, or we'll go ahead and put a custom URL here. All right. Then you're going to go ahead and tell us your tracking ID. You'll type in your tracking ID. You'll put in the commission level here for that one specific product. And then that's it. And it'll be loaded into the board. Can everybody see how they are able to understand exactly what they need to do? I don't know anybody else that builds products this way. And I've done it since my first product was 1998, guys. And I was using Paint Shop Pro back in the day. We didn't have Photoshop. Does everybody understand why this works? I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of takeaways from this call. Okay? All right. Now, something else that I introduced to you guys earlier this week, and we've already started building this as well. We've got a new template. It's not a theme, but it's a template, which means it's going to work inside of any theme. And it looks like this, okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to have it set up to where when you run your mouse over these videos, the videos start playing, all right? Now, the point of this, notice this one here says Monday Night Live Sessions. But I can have another section. I can go ahead and change out my category, and I can have Q&A sessions. So we do these Q&As every single week. I'm going to be able to store all my Q&As inside this one template. Okay, pretty awesome, right? So you can have as many categories as you want. So I'll have Monday Night Live. I'll have the Q&As, and then maybe we'll just have like regular Facebook Lives that are taking place. All of that is being saved inside of EverLesson. All right. Now, the goal was, how do we make that an easy process? And so what happened was, I had this amazing tool from 2013 called Video Hub. And with Video Hub, what it would do is it would allow you to load a video inside the system, and then we would take that video and we would go load it on YouTube. We would put it in your WordPress site. We would put it on your fan page, and we also created a gallery for you. Okay, so now back in the day, 2013, when we launched that, we did not have this whole Facebook Live phenomenon. So I said, okay, I wonder how easy it would be to go back into Video Hub and reprogram it to where now, instead of just pulling from YouTube, it would pull from Facebook as well. So now we have it set up to where you're going to go live inside of Facebook, and based off your tags, based off your description, based off all your settings, we are going to pull that live feed into YouTube, into EverLesson, and then we're going to go put it in your WordPress, put it in your fan page, put it in your gallery, put it on Amazon S3, put it on Dropbox, and put it on Google Drive without you having to do anything. All you're going to do is go live like I'm doing right now. We're going to set a hashtag, and based on that hashtag, Video Hub is going to kick in and take over. So as you can see, this is where you would have your settings, right? So you say, okay, I want to send my video, I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to pull this channel here, and I'm going to choose this playlist. And then this is the description, the call to action link, the keywords, and I'm going to go ahead and set my setting, right? All this happens for you automatically, right? So that's all you're going to do. You're just going to go live, and that's going to all be done for you, right? So it's perfect. So now you guys are able to take your live feeds, and we have tons of them going on inside of our group, and we're going to put them in all those places for you automatically. Now, how did this idea came up? Well, this idea came up with Tanya because she is doing all our automations and bots and everything else. And I get on a call with her, and she kind of shows me how she plans on bringing in the Facebook Live video into EverLesson. And there was a lot of freaking work involved with it. And so while I was on the call with her, I just went through and I mapped this out. I said, okay, Tanya, it's great talking to you, but I got work to do. I want to start laying this out because I want to get the team building this tonight. I want to have this done like ASAP because we definitely have a need for this, right? So we took everything that she did that we discussed on the call, and I went and started laying this out. I said, okay, here's what it's going to look like when you put it in YouTube. Here's where you're going to go, your import settings, and you're going to pull in from Facebook, right? So you're going to go ahead and choose your profile. You're going to choose your video type. Do you just want a regular Facebook video, or do you want a live video, right? Do we want to bring in from our personal profile? Do we want to bring in from our fan page? Want to bring in from our group, right? And then what we can do is we can go ahead and choose videos to auto-publish, right? And then we can ignore videos that have certain hashtags, or we can only import videos that have specific hashtags, or I'm going to have it to where you just go put a profile link in there and say, okay, only pull from this person's profile. So inside the EverLesson group, inside of Survey, we got people going live all the time. Well, if I got somebody who's a bad apple and we don't want to hear from them, I'm not saying that's the case, but just giving you an example, then what I can do is I can go ahead and ignore any videos that come from this person. You guys understand that? So once again, we went and we laid all this out. And I showed them, here's what I want the one template to look like. Here's what I want this to happen. Here's where I want this to happen, right? And I laid all this out, and I got on with the developers, and I said, okay, let's do it. Let's get this built, right? So you guys are kind of seeing how this whole process works. So with this tool here, not only are you going to be able to take any videos where you go live in Facebook, but you're also going to be able to take videos that you load inside of YouTube if you want to, and you can take those videos and syndicate them out all over the place, including EverLesson. So even if you don't want to go live in Facebook like I'm doing right now, then that's okay. Go ahead and load them inside of YouTube, and we'll put them in EverLesson. We'll put them on your fan page. We'll put them in WordPress. We'll put them everywhere. Okay? So those two developments alone came up this week. Just ideas. So now look, here's the reason why I go live. I go live with you guys a lot, right? I go live with you multiple times a day. And I've already told you guys, I need that to feel good. I need that communication. I need that encouragement back from you guys. You guys are the reasons I do what I do. But you guys are also brilliant. And your ideas are just amazing to me. And you guys, just like Tanya, give me ideas all the time. And I'm able to look at that from a user standpoint. I'm saying, okay, how are we able to go and tie that into EverLesson? Or how are we able to go and tie that into Survey? Now, I know this has nothing to do with the EverLesson Q A. I'm kind of teasing you here a little bit, but I want to make sure that everybody gets on the Q&A session for Survey tomorrow. because this here is pretty awesome. So with Survey, to make sure you guys get on that Q&A call, I'm going to be laying this whole thing out for you. I'm going to show you what we have going on in Survey, because now we have a full-blown page builder. My Romanian team actually went and built this, right? And it's pretty awesome. I like this feature, how you can come over here and make it full screen, and then you could just kind of move your little mouse around here. And you guys notice that it's very, very close to what we have with the EverFunnels page builder. But there's some things that I like that they did, and we're going to definitely be making changes to EverLesson based on what I saw here, right? So now you have the ability to very easily create your landing pages, your lead capture pages. Now that the leads come in, we can say, okay, let's send them to an application, or let's send them to a survey, all right? And so then they take the application or the survey, and we have qualifying questions on there. If they answer properly and there's somebody we want to deal with, okay, now let's go and let's send them over to an appointment. All that's included in the system, right? And so from there, what can we do, guys? Now, if we come over here, is it this one? I don't know if I'm in the right account or not. Oh, you know what? I'm not in the right account. I'm in the developer account. So let me get out of here really quick. And I'm going to show you what the main account looks like. So let me get in there real quick. This is kind of a sneak peek what's coming in tomorrow's call, so that you guys can kind of see. Now that you saw the page builder, we haven't loaded that in the main platform yet, but you guys are kind of seeing. But if I come over here for the last 7 days, guys, you can see that my account is going nuts. It's going nuts. All these surveys came in. You can see ones are qualified, the other ones are disqualified. And then based on the ones that are qualified, you can see that we have all these appointments coming in and everything else, right? Pretty awesome stuff, okay? So now what we've been working on is we've also been working on the sales pipeline. And so you can see that I've got this one here. Let me go ahead and pull up this here. And we're actually working on this as we speak. But if I come over here and if I open up this one, you can see that this is what our sales pipeline looks like, okay? So I can come over here and I can move them to the next stage, and you guys know that we're just going to rock that thing out, right? So now you have the ability to create the lead capture pages. You have the ability to create the surveys, the applications. If they're qualified, we can send them over to an appointment. And by the way, if I show you the appointments that come up really quick, this is one of my appointments right here. Let me make sure I got that link right. Yes, so this is one of my appointments that come up right here. So I got this video and everything. And when people are qualified, they come over here and they go ahead and choose their slot. But notice, I'm not the one that handles this appointment. One of my sales guys handles this appointment from our team, and then it goes through and it does a round robin to the different sales team members, okay? And so from there, what happens is they then enter the sales pipeline, and then the sales team is able to take over inside the pipeline, right? So if you look at EverLesson, if you look at Survey, if you look at Group Engage, if you look at Video Hub 2.0, and am I forgetting? Oh, and then we have Easy Links. You see that we've created a whole entire suite. And this suite of tools, guys, not only is it stupid simple, not only are my members seeing drastic success with it, but all of these tools all tie together. And I can sit here and open up Trello board after Trello board after Trello board and show you that they were all created the same way, exactly like I'm showing you. We took a concept and we went out there and we started building it based off the layouts that I had. This is the activity board that's happening inside a survey. So just awesome stuff. And you guys and your synergy and your excitement and your passion is the reason that we are able to keep going the direction that we're going. And we are just blowing stuff up right now, and I don't see that slowing down anytime soon, okay? So that's how we do the EverLesson Q&A. And yes, let's see, what did Amanda say? Oh, Chad, the cheesy car salesman. Oh, come on. You didn't just say that. I gotta give them a little taste for what's happening tomorrow, right? And if I come over here, Survey also does this. I'm going to show you guys, every single one of you, if you type in chadnicely.biz, you can see what you should have inside of your account right now. And what did I just teach you guys on this call, right? There's the card. And so what did I want you to do? I wanted you to go out there and set up a meetup. I want you to start providing value. I want you to start teaching them basic marketing techniques because you're dealing with real business owners, right? Set up your business cards, guys. For those of you that have Survey, for those of you that have the Survey agency, tell them when you attend my meetup, I'm going to give you a business card just like this. Better yet, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to run your Facebook ad for a free week. What do you think is going to happen, guys? When you go out there and you set up Facebook ads for a business owner, you know what? They're going to get results. And it's so easy to do in a local town, right? So these are all things that you're able to do to get people in your meetup. Now, when I was trying to teach my students how to do this, it went insane. I did 4 meetups total, and the first one had 30 people. By the time we went to the 4th one, we had 150 people at that meetup. And the reason why is because word got out that I was willing to go out there and set up Facebook ads for people. And every single person came up to me afterwards. They said, what do we have to do to work with you? And it sounded kind of funny when I said, well, I'm not actually looking for real clients, but if you would do me a favor and talk to my group here, I'm trying to teach them how they can do this themselves. So I don't need more clients, but I want my members to learn how to do this. I want them to learn how to put on meetups and go out there and service clients and be very, very profitable with the tools and the platforms that we've built. Okay? So before I wrap this up, guys, let me just go ahead and check here, make sure that nobody else has any questions. And guys, if you've gotten a lot of value out of this call, will you please type in the chat here and let me know? And obviously, since there wasn't a lot of questions, that's why I kind of went off on a tangent and showed you the direction that we're going with these platforms, kind of gave you a sneak peek into what's happening tomorrow. And let me know, guys, did you get a lot of value on this call? Type in the chat here. Let me know if you guys got a lot of value on this call. And there's so many more things I could teach you. So if you're not a part of my world, go over, do a search for EverLesson. Matter of fact, I got an easy link. You can go to chatnicely.com/EV group. Okay, you can go there and you can join our group, and you guys will be exposed to the very best in strategies, top-notch platforms. And our members, guys, we've done over $10 million in sales with our members, and they're just crushing it out of the park. Okay? Good. Lots of value. Oh my God. Yes, 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 yes. High value. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Thanks, Chad. Cool. Freaking incredible. Good. Guys, I'm just here being myself, but notice the passion, right? You got to have the passion, baby. Don't expect anybody else to be passionate about your tools, marketing, your resources, your strategies, whatever you have. Don't expect them to be passionate if you can't be passionate yourself. All right? So there we go, guys. That's where we'll wrap it up. Remember, same place, same time for the Survey Q&A tomorrow. And we'll kind of go into more with the page builder and talk about the whole entire lead conversion system. Remember, we know what a CMS is, right? A CMS is a customer management system, okay? We also know what an LMS is. An LMS is a learning management system, which is pretty much what EverLesson is. But now, get ready, guys. We're going to coin a whole new phrase, and it's going to be called a it's going to be called an LCS, which is a lead conversion system. Create the lead pages, send them to a survey, send them to an application, send them to an appointment, drop them in the sales pipeline with all the amazing bells and whistles that go along with it. All right? I see a lot of questions about our agency license. Feel free to reach out to me after the call if you want to know about the agency license for EverLesson, for Survey. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.